Day 2, it's the 2nd of December, and at this point, the calendar could go absolutely anywhere, so it's going to be fun to see where it does go. Let's just dig into it. Alright, large can, and in contrast to last year, since last year, Salikatt has started packing their beers also in large cans. So it could be Monkey Brew, it could be Salikatt, I've got no idea. Alrighty, kind of a similar appearance to yesterday. It's a little bit clearer. I don't know if you probably can't see that on the camera. No, even if I put my finger behind it, you can't see that. A little bit clearer than yesterday. I mean, again, it's got the appearance of a hoppy beer, but you can't tell anything from appearance. You can tell it's got decent head retention. That's nice. Not bad. Let's go in for a smell. We're on the hop train again. All right. I think we're back in either pale ale or IPA country. I mean, the appearance of it would have made me think that not a New England IPA, but I got that wrong yesterday, so yeah, on the aroma, lots of pineapple, a little bit of mango in the back. Some grassy sort of notes and some sort of biscuity maltiness as a sort of base underneath that. Not getting a whole lot of, like, in contrast to yesterday, where there was a little bit of sappiness, a little bit of peach. Those things are, in contrast, completely absent here. Here it's much more pineapple focused. Smells pretty good. Already on the smell, I think I would tip Salikatt. We'll see. The pineapple carries all the way through. It sort of has the like canned pineapple juice kind of thing going on with it. It reminds me of canned pineapple juice in the same way that it has that sort of almost umami kick to it that you get from pineapple. Pineapple juice from a can specifically. Like the juice from pineapple rings or pineapple bits in a can. Yeah. I think that umami comes from a thing called bromelain. It's also the thing that means that for some people, kiwi fruit and pineapple can be like painful to eat. If you eat too much of it, can like sort of start to break down your mouth. It's also the thing that means that you can't set it with gelatin. Bromelain, any fruit with bromelain in it cannot be set with gelatin to make like a jelly. Fun fact. It's sort of style-wise, if I'm gonna go down that road, style-wise, I've got to say it's sort of all over the place. It's a little bit clear. It has something I'd characterize as being closer to a West Coast style of nose, where it's not dominated by yeast. It's more dominated by hops, and it's quite clean. Almost to the you could almost say that it was fermented with the California Ale strain, US 05, which is like that's what you make West Coast IPAs with. But there's a little bit of the yeasty note from a New England IPA in there, so that's why it is sort of all over the place for me. I can't place it. It's between those two categories. On the nose. On the flavor, it is not bitter. At least, yeah, okay, there's bitterness there. It's still a hoppy beer, but it doesn't have the assertive bitterness that you would assume that you would expect to get from a West Coast Pale Ale or a West Coast IPA or just an American IPA. Those are two different styles. But I mean, so yeah. It has more of the fuller mouthfeel that I would expect from a New England IPA. It has the missing bitterness that I would, or the very, very subdued bitterness that I would expect from a New England IPA. It has the mouthfeel that I would expect from a New England IPA. And at 4.7%, with that amount of sweetness, And that mouthfeel at 4.7%, if there's not lactose added, then there's a lot of trade secrets happening behind this beer. Maltodextrin, of course, but other things too, probably. It's quite again, contrast to yesterday. Yesterday was quite dry, easy drinking. I mean, some might call it thin, but I think that's just refreshing. This is not that. This is thicker. This has more like resistance. This is sweeter, and it lingers in your mouth longer because of that sweetness. As for hops, not a goddamn clue. American, Northwest, newer, so not sea hops. They're the fruitier ones. I don't think it's Australian or New Zealand hops. No idea. I don't think it's Sabro, at least. It's Sabro or Talus. I don't think it's one of those. I don't know. I'll just take a stab in the dark and say El Dorado or Azaka or something like that. A delicious beer either way. I feel like this suits December a little bit better than the Sultana did yesterday, because this has more of that sweetness, more of that lingering kind of thing. It's more of a beer you could sit down and enjoy. Koseøl in Norwegian. Whereas the Sultana yesterday is the kind of thing that you open it up and then like 8 minutes later your glass is empty and you're like, what? Huh? How did that happen? All right, let's reveal it and see what it was, huh? Salikatt. Yeah. Juldyr. And I gotta say, I love these little drawings that Salikatt have started putting on their cans. This is probably the most fun one that I've seen so far. Juldyr. Cute and horrifying at the same time. Well done. Things we learned from the can. Yep, New England Pale Ale wasn't even trying to do anything West Coast. So that's probably just a coincidence or me overanalyzing. Which, I mean, when I'm doing blind tasting like this, it always does break down into me overanalyzing stuff, which was probably not intentional. No information about which hops we used. It did have lactose, so I was right on that count. Definitely not US 05 if it was a Salikatt New England Pale Ale. So completely wrong on that count. But it's fun because I don't get the peach that you normally get from London 3, which is like the most common New England IPA yeast. That's not there for me. It's pineapple. Another really, really good beer. I wonder if this is exclusive to the calendar or if I can go out and buy more of this, because I absolutely would. Really good, really big beer to be only 4.7%. Yeah, I'm gonna spend a few minutes enjoying that one. Cheers. See you tomorrow.